Welcome back to the daily vlog that one day will be named. But until then, here we are. I think we're on day 5, day 6, something. Today I'm tired. It's been a very big day. And I'm not sure I really want to make this video tonight. But I am committed. So here we are. Let me give you a little rundown of what today looked like. I got up this morning, came into my prayer corner, and I really sat and asked that my cells will become the woman I know I'm here to become. And I have some very distinct visions that I'm placing into my cells. And then what I do is I actually invite like my nervous system to get comfortable with this capacity, with the capacity of who I am becoming. So I spent 30 minutes doing that this morning, sitting with God, blessing my body, and then like becoming the version of me that I currently am not on January 2nd, 2026. And this practice, I feel like, really elongates my days and it allows me to have more capacity. So I began there. I had to hurry and pick up the house for the house cleaners, which if you have lots of kids, you know that's a thing. Like you have to actually pick up the house. So like racing, I had 15 minutes and then I took an 8-minute, like take 8 minutes to get ready. Yes, so that's like naked to fully makeup and dressed in 8 minutes. And yes, that is actually how I do it almost every day. So I got ready in 8 minutes, slid into my office with my shirt on, without pants on, hit my Zoom call, and while the Zoom was pulling up, put my pants on. That's the kind of morning I had. I jumped in and led a mastermind for authors who have come to Boise to write their books with me. I think we've had 20, 25 come in the last few months. And it was so beautiful to sit with them because I got to really know them when they sat with me here in Boise, and hearing how powerful they are starting this year out. We really worked on identity. This is a big piece that I'm working through right now of shedding the old identity. And I know people will throw that word around, but I'm gonna have to do a video on this when I have a little bit more energy, because it's gonna take a little bit more energy for me to go into. But we went through that today in that call. I hopped off the call, got my little 11-year-old all ready for the day, put him in the car, drove him across town to stay at his cousin's house all day, my sister Claire. And I headed straight to Starbucks and I built 8 classes for the digital course. So just so y'all know, we launched AuthorMade 2 days ago. This was the program I've been working on, and I recorded 12 videos. Well, way more than 12 videos, but it was for 12 different classes within AuthorMade 2 weeks ago. And I was sicker than I've ever been. I'm not even kidding you. And I just like don't get sick. And I was so sick. And we recorded, me and my videographer Jamal, for 8 hours 2 Mondays ago. So not even 2 weeks ago. For 8 hours while I was like 50% voice, 10% energy. I have never witnessed such a miracle. Before that day, I couldn't even talk. I had no voice. I was coughing like every 10 minutes, and somehow I was able to record for 8 hours straight and had 2 coughing fits. 2 out of 8 hours. And like not just 8 hours of me like sitting and resting, 8 hours of full-blown videos. Oh my gosh. And all I could feel was like, this is God's miracle. It was such a miracle. So we made the classes 2 Mondays ago. Today I wrote the classes. So when I build out a digital course, it has videos and then I have written content. And the written content is really important to me. It's got very intentional journal questions because it's always the question that leads you to the answer. It's like my magic is the ask. I always say this, the ask is the magnet to your result. Like, this is the most important part, is the ask. So the questions in this program are just so amazing. And as I was going through this today, I got very teary-eyed because when we built the videos, I had like an outline of what I wanted to do. But when we started recording, like, I was like, this isn't it. Like, this whole outline I created isn't the program. So I actually channeled this program sicker than a dog with like 10% energy, and God just spoke this program through me. And today I was going through the transcripts of these videos being like, oh my gosh, this is my masterpiece. Like, this is the most powerful program I've ever brought to the earth. And it's fascinating. It's not about writing a book. It's about helping people become the leader, really. Like, this is leadership work. And when you become the leader, the book just pours out of you. And my gosh, I fell in love with this program today. So I spent about 5 hours straight at Starbucks writing this program. And then the last 20 minutes of my Starbucks time, I wrote marketing emails and Instagram posts and all the things, Facebook posts, Facebook group posts, to promote this new program. And while I was there, I have like my solid ADHD sound playlist on Spotify, which if you ever want to, just let me know. It's a real winner. And I like have my huge Snuggie on. Do you know what those are? I think that's what it's called, a Snuggie. And it was like this really huge sweater that's like almost like to my ankles, and it's just poofy and it's soft velvet. Anyway, so I'm in my big old Snuggie and I'm like dancing to like ADHD music for 6 hours straight. And like, thank goodness everyone at Starbucks just knows me. And I have this old man who's my friend. His name is Jerry. And he's there every time when I go because he's studying. He's like probably almost 70, but he's in college, which I just find so amazing. And he always makes fun of me and says, you just look like a hacker. Every time you're in here, you look like a hacker. And I'm like, because I kind of am. Anyways, so it's always good to see Jerry. So after that, I came home. Well, first I stopped and got some acai bowls for all the kids. Came home and got to spend some time with Presley and Beck. And then I got to take Beck out with his new truck that I just bought him. I bought him a truck 2 weeks ago. He is almost 16. Oh, no, sorry. He is 16, but he will get his license in 3 weeks. And it's going to change my life because he's going to bring the kids home from school every day for me, which is going to give me 2 more hours of work time. Do you know what I can do in 2 hours? I can change the whole world in 2 hours. So the truck was a very important purchase. Anyways, we went out. We got some things for his truck. Fed him. We had a little, mom and son date today. And then I got home and met my sister and all of her 5 kids and Jones at the YMCA. And we went swimming with all the kids. Came home and watched a movie with JoJo. And while we watched the movie, I finished the last 3 courses in AuthorMade. So I'm a bit tired. To create at that level, to bring through such important, powerful content in the midst of like all the other things, like my capacity got pushed to like the limit today. But I love it because then there's like this moment where I just hold that capacity and then I like sink deeper into the newness, like the new shape, the new version of me. And I feel like that's what happened today. So tomorrow, it's gonna be a great day. we'll take it when it comes. I'm not going there yet. But when I'm done with this, I am recording a podcast. So it is 10:45 at night. And after a day such as this, I still am going to go record a podcast. And I will say that all of these things give me life. So making these videos, they give me life. Recording a daily podcast gives me life. And the reason is I pray before I do any of these things. So I pray before I record these videos. I pray before I do a podcast. And I ask that God will speak through me. And when I allow myself to be a vessel, what happens is I actually get extra energy. And I do believe that that's why my days I'm able to pull off so much, is because I am asking to be a vessel, and it's like plugging into the highest source of electricity ever, which is God, and like pouring that energy through my body to create content that's going to go out, hopefully change people's lives. So tonight, I feel like there should always be like a teaching, but maybe not, right? But if there was a teaching tonight, I think it would be this, that tonight, when you put your head on your pillow and your eyes are closed and you're about to fall asleep, there's like this little window right before you fall asleep. I'm going to invite you to ask God to show you a vision of your future self, to show you a vision of who you are here to become, and to show it to you either in your dreams or right when you wake up. And right when you wake up in the morning, if you could just take 5 minutes to just not jump out of bed, but to sit and listen and to ask. And it may take a few days, because this is just a muscle. The ability to receive from God is just a muscle. P.S. Everyone has this muscle. This is just innately within you. But like all muscles, if it's not used, it will deteriorate. And like all muscles, to build it back up might take some time. So this practice of asking and then listening might take a few weeks. But if you do it consistently, like with all muscles, it will grow, it will strengthen. And then it can actually become one of your strongest muscles. And for me, it is my strongest muscle because of the amount of asking and listening and doing. This practice is the rhythm of my existence. So it now is like my greatest muscle, and it can become yours as well. But if you ask for this vision of your future self right before you fall asleep, then when you wake up, you might hear or see or feel something. Write it down, voice memo it in, and keep asking. And then when you receive that vision, this is when you get to ask that vision will be coded into the very cells of your body, because our cells are like sheep, and our cells will follow whatever pattern they're given, which means that we have the opportunity to actually give ourselves the blueprint of how we want the pattern to go. But it's always important to receive the vision first from God. Then you take that and then we code it into the cells. And then that's when your capacity to hold more grows. That's when your capacity to sit in such divine power longer gets stronger. And what it comes down to for me is it's a game. It's a capacity game. And, well, I guess that's what makes life fun, right? So with that, I've got a podcast to record. I hope you have a beautiful evening, and I will see you tomorrow night.